Okay, I want to welcome everybody to our November exhibit comment night. This is our last Zoom meeting of the year 2025. So it is
Woohoo!
November the 3rd or 20th, 2025. I don't see we have any guests here tonight. Nope. So I want to welcome everybody for our last Zoom meeting. Just we have a few announcements to go through before we get to our images. The assignments for 2026 have been chosen by the board. And Jim is in the process of doing the descriptions, and as soon as we have those ready, we'll put them on the website, and I'll send out a note saying that they're ready to look at.
Did you
Uh,
send me the email yet, Lynn?
yeah, I did the same day.
All right, I'll look for it.
Yeah, it's got a Word document on it. So,
Okay.
working on the education nights for 2026. Some of those we had to wait until we decided on the assignment months because some of it's going to have to do with the assignments. So, as soon as we have some of that ready to go, we'll let you know about those as well. Just a reminder, it is renewal time for your membership. So please go to the website and go to the second page. You click on the menu and it goes. You can go to the second page and scroll down to membership dues. Please fill out the form because we want to make sure that we have the most current information for you. If by any chance you have a Gmail address and you're not using it, please use the email address instead of it. It really has a lot, you're less likely to have an issue with getting emails from the club if you have a Gmail account. What else? Oh, and then once you submit the form, don't forget to scroll down and pay your dues at the bottom. That's you get a lot of forms without any money, so that doesn't help us any. Um,
That's not okay.
that's not okay. Sorry, Jim.
Yeah.
So, what's coming up is our annual awards and holiday party, which is on December the 7th, which is a Sunday. It's at 1 p.m. at Felipe Park over in Safety Harbor, where we've had it for the last few years. I sent out an email for the link on the website. You need to go on there and check um, the spreadsheet. It was not working. It should be working now. I fixed it at 2 o'clock in the morning the other night when I remembered I had to fix it, and fill in to see what other people are volunteering, what food and drinks they're bringing. Then you go scroll down to the next thing, which is the form, and fill in the form. I've added one question to that number of attendees so that we have some idea of how many people are coming, so we can buy enough drinks and stuff like that. And then, be sure you hit that submit button on that form as well so that it submits it to the spreadsheet. And basically it's going to be the same as usual. We're going to have, meet at 1 o'clock. Um, we always set up all the Christmas decorations and stuff like that. We'll have what we used to call our push pin, which is now our story photos. Bring one image, that is at least 8 by 10 that you can hang. Usually you should either have it on some sort of backing so that it's, stiff. It's because we're going to hang them on the clothesline. And then this is not a judged thing. This is a photo that we have never seen before that you have a story about. So you'll get up there, talk about your photo, and there should be, it should be funny or dramatic or a lesson, something that is, of interest to everybody else. We'll be having a raffle. We'll be having a 50-50 again this year. It's going to be $4 per ticket or six for $20. The club gets 50% and the winner gets 50%. And what else do we have? Oh, and then the awards, obviously. So in the annual awards, you will not see any results in the the monthly score sheet, because we hide all that at this point, so nobody knows who's getting at what place. Once we are past our party, then we will post all the actual numbers and everything. Let's see. Oh, I just wanted to
The
remind
food.
everybody, I sent out an email early this week that came to me from the Florida State Fair. They actually approached us, and they evidently did a web search and found that we had been at the fair via our highlight video that we had on the website. and they contacted me and wanted to know if we would be interested in. There's two photo contests. There's one that's the regular photo contest. It's $5 per entry. You can only enter 3 images. They have to be matted. And they're like, I think 11 by 14 is the maximum size. So your image is pretty small, and they're probably 8 by 10. And the and there's prizes. There's prizes for this. There's a lot of different categories. If you look at the document that was attached to that email, there's one that's about the regular photo contest, and there's a lot of categories. And so it's a pretty, and I've entered it. I didn't enter last year because I had other things going on, but the previous year, I actually got a second place and a honorable mention or something like that. Anyway, and I only entered 3. And I think some of the other members, I think Richard, have you entered in that one before? The
Yes.
state fair? It was somebody else.
I did a couple years ago.
Yeah, Leland has. So yeah,
yeah.
that's one thing. And then the other thing is Spirit of the Fair, and that's new. They have added that. This is a free thing where you actually have to take photos at the fair in 2026. You can, and it's only during the time that they're designated. I think it's the whole time of the fair, but you have to take the images then. You can submit up to 10 images. Once you enter it, they'll send you the information, and then to tell you where to send the images, and then they're going to judge those, and there's prizes for those as well. So you might you might win something over there. The images, though, the only disadvantage of it is that your images are eligible to be used by the fair for advertising or whatever. So that's another possibility. We are planning on going to the fair sometime during the fair as an outing. So keep that in mind.
Lynn,
and they're only taking 100 people. So I have already entered for that Spirit of the Fair.
I have too.
Yeah. So yeah, you can go and enter, so that because once they get 100 people, then they'll cut it off. They won't accept any more people. So if you're interested, go ahead and sign up for it. Yeah.
I was just going to say, this is actually a rebrand of what they were calling like Photo Safari. And
yeah,
I know
that's
that Roy and my wife and I have all participated, and my wife's images were actually featured a couple years back. It's really fun. I mean, for a free ticket to the fair, you get,
Yeah.
to go through
about that.
and-
Yeah, you get a free ticket. So that's worth it right there.
Mhm.
It would be.
I have a question, Lynn. When you say matted, does it have to be in a frame or?
No, just a mat.
Okay.
You need a mat and a backing
if you look
board.
at the document that I sent you, this is for the regular contest. If you look at the documents I sent you that were attached to the email, there's a description in there exactly. They are very particular about how everything is matted. So there's instructions in there on how to do it.
Okay.
And Diana, if you need backing board or mats, I've got some spare and some spare linen hanging tape too. So
Okay. Yeah.
Who spoke? I'm sorry, I was looking down.
Ron.
Oh, thanks, Ron. Yeah, I mean, I have to find the email. I was away when it came.
Okay, moving on to something else. Our last outing of the year will be on December the 11th, and we'll be going to the Florida Botanical Gardens for their Holiday Lights festival. And some of us has been there a couple of years, even when we were freezing our little tails off because it was so cold. But we've always had a great time because it's a cool time to go and do ICM and lens zooms and all kinds of crazy things with the lights. It's just a really, they have billions of lights at this gardens. And so it's a place that we're familiar with, so we're not wandering off in weird places. We can go out there. They have, they sell hot chocolate, and we just have a really great time being silly because we're doing crazy things with our cameras. So we will be doing that on the 11th of December. I will send out details via email on that one shortly. Diana, you had success in an exhibit recently? Can you tell us about that real quick?
Yeah. So, am I muted?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So a friend of mine encouraged me to enter my first art exhibition, and I did. And I took second place. So
For you.
I was shocked. Absolutely
Congratulations.
shocked.
It was what, the Carrollwood Community Center?
It was at the Carrollwood Community Center. They're going to have it. It's for the students, faculty and members, but it's not expensive to join, and it was a $5 entry fee, guys. You can't beat it. And I was floored. You know, they were easy to work with. The lady was wonderful because I had like less than 2 days to print it. I didn't know about it. So thank you. I was, you know, I was pretty pleased. It was my first time, and I don't know if I'll ever do it again because the stress was
But
just
everybody's
like,
got to do it at least once, you know?
yeah.
And then I'm going to the extreme.
Congratulations.
I was accepted for at the Sarasota Audubon Society Nature Center in Sarasota at the celery fields to exhibit for a whole month.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be, I've got, 30 some images that I'm taking down there at the
I only
at
took
November.
2. I only did 2.
Yeah, and
They're
so
expensive, man. I had them put on metal
well, I've
because
got I've got
geez,
metal, I've got prints because they're going to be for sale, and obviously some of the money goes to the Audubon Society, and so I've got a variety of things, whether they're small or inexpensive or expensive. So they're going to be up there for a month from
nice.
December 1st, unless I can get done quicker. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to put things together here. They said if I got it done quicker, if I was ready quicker, they might let me have it for more than a month. So. Just FYI, it is birds. It's birds mostly. It's all birds. So it's the Audubon Society, so it's birds. Just so you know, and I'll
We
send out
can
an
visit
announcement.
it, Lynn.
Huh?
We can visit it when we're down there.
Yep, yep. Let's see what else have we got. I'm gonna play the beer and peer video real quick, and then we have a monthly member feature from Ron. Let me go ahead and just quickly share my screen. And I'm gonna and I'm going to open. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yep.
it's
I
black.
think so.
All right, let's go. Okay. Everybody did a great job. I didn't get pictures from everybody that went there, but I got enough so I could go ahead and finally get a slideshow together. So it's always
That's always one of my favorite outings.
yeah. We always have a good time, and and there's like beer and wine at the end, so that's even better. All right, Ron, let's go ahead and see your slideshow.
Where'd he go?
Oh, wait a minute. I need to make you I have to make you a co-host. Hold on a second, real quick. Forgot. Ron, where are you? There you go. Now you should be able to do it.
Bear with me just a moment. I forgot that on this new laptop, I've never actually screen shared on Zoom, so I have to give it permission.
Whoops.
All right, let's see if it can do this without me restarting it. One moment. Hey, there we go.
Yeah, we can see it.
Oh, just got there.
Is there supposed to be music?
Yeah, you guys didn't hear that?
We can't hear anything, no.
I checked the box. All right,
Okay.
let me redo this real quick then. All right. We'll rewind real quick. Let me know if
I want you to know getting to that lighthouse is like dangerous for anybody. It's crazy.
But it's worth it.
Oh, absolutely. Because
And
if you don't go down,
Jim even went out further than everybody else does the last time we were there.
if you don't go down, you don't see anything.
Yeah, Jim got some pictures. He crawled way out.
all right, here we go.
Got it.
Yeah. Nice.
Great
Very
bird
nice.
pictures. Woo!
Yeah, very nice.
Who knew Ron was a birder?
Very
Awesome.
nice.
Is
I just
that
love, I love puffins.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ron, is that the island that's up in Canada?
It's the disputed territory one, yeah.
Okay.
How'd you
How
get
long were
there?
you there? Because I was looking at it for next summer.
So I was only up for 5 days. We managed to get on the island twice.
Okay.
But it was beautiful, and I do highly recommend that Crooked Porch Cafe
Okay.
because they have this back garden which is full of phoebes and hummingbirds and butterflies during the summer. And it's just so nice after a day, after a morning birding. You know, you go, you sit down, and you watch the phoebes hunt and the hummingbirds fly all around you as you drink your cup of coffee. And it's good coffee too. So
Where is that cafe, Ron?
it's a bit south of Bar Harbor. So we were staying, actually, Roy was kind enough to put us up in his Airbnb that he had. And we went out on the island the first day together. And he had been there for a while, so he showed us around and had already scouted out all these good sites.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Are we
Did
ready to do
you-
the images, guys?
Wait, I want to know what bird lens you were using, Ron.
There were a lot. So was shooting on a Z9 and a Z8, a Nikon Z9 Z8. I used the 500 PF with and without a 1.4 teleconverter. The
Wow.
second day on the island, I was principally using a 100 400 because I had learned that I had a lot of opportunities to get nice and close.
Yeah.
And there was a little bit of the Z400 F45 scattered in there too, just because it's nice and light to hike with, especially early in the mornings when don't have a ton of light.
Awesome. Thanks.
Awesome.
Mhm.
All right. Let's get rolling here. All right, I was going to show you something real quick on Lightroom that just the latest. If you have the latest iteration of Lightroom, that's something they've added that you may not have noticed, but it's called a distract. You know that you've got. I've got a picture here that's got obviously spots on it, but if you go to your remove tool, oops, wrong one, and you turn on visualize spots, you can see these spots that are there. You may not even be able to see them yourself. This is a long exposure, so they're going to be obviously more prominent. But they've added to this distraction removal down here. There was only reflections and people. Now they've added dust. So if you click on that down arrow and you hit apply, it actually does this all by itself. Now you come over here and you'll see that it's missed a few because they're too small. What's really nice is you just go over here with your cursor and get rid of all the extra little spots that you see, and you're done. This one, it's had a real problem with this one right here. So I click on it and delete it and then go over it because it doesn't, for whatever reason, it doesn't want to get rid of that spot. But if you see, all the spots are now gone.
Right.
Well, that one is so big, it probably thinks it's a
Yeah, it
planet.
probably thinks it's something else. So I need to go in there. The only thing is you can't use these tools up here with this thing open, so you have to close it, and then you can get rid of it that way. So that one, it's just it looks like a bird or something, so it's not getting rid of it. But all the other spots are gone, and it's so easy compared to the way we had to do this before. So I just wanted to show you that because it was in the latest update to Lightroom.
And Lynn, where is it on there?
This is your remove tool.
Oh, okay. All right.
The remove tool, and then it's below the remove tool right here.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where was that shot, Lynn?
Where was this? I don't remember. Vero Beach.
It was Vero Beach.
Yep. Okay, let's get busy here and do our. Oh, it would help if I was in the library. Too many things. All right, signed. Here we go. All right, let's get started. The first one is, oh, and Robert's not here, guys. He is on his way to Germany. So, and Lee Win was our third judge. So Lee Win, you need to pipe up when you want to, and obviously Jim, and we can get through these pretty quickly. And anybody else who has some comments, please don't hesitate to comment after Jim and Lee Win, please. This one is Down on the Farm, and the score is 21.7, and it is Marks.
Okay. I would suggest when you're doing something like this, where you need to point the camera up, and you get the converging line situation with the buildings, back up a little further so that you have room to straighten it out. You want to hit the vertical tool for me, Lynn? And hit the constrain crop button. Yeah. Now you can do that and you lose some of it. Now you do have you could possibly go ahead and uncheck that for me, Lynn.
Uncheck the whole thing.
Now hit vertical again. Hit reset for me, Lynn. Hit reset. I want to show something. All right, there, right there. You had it. Go back to upright perspective. Go right back to that. There, right there. You see the areas that aren't there? You could possibly, depending on what's there, fill those in and then have your image straight. Now, the real issue I see with this, though, go ahead and zoom in 100% to the building right there. That's it's very out of focus. Especially look down left at the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's.
Mark,
I don't know if it's out of focus or
this
if there
looks
was,
like it's in focus right here.
Camera shake. What? Yeah, it's f4. That's
yeah.
What's the focal length of that lens?
Well, it's 11. It's at 11.88 millimeters.
You should have much more depth of field at 11 millimeters at f4. Yeah, so there's some kind of distortion or there was motion. Yeah, something happened there.
Well, that one this one was taken several years ago, and I was more focused on trying to get the Milky Way in this one, and the light painting and stuff was sort of secondary to it and stuff.
A suggestion for when you're doing that is 2 shots.
Yep.
One for the foreground, one for the sky, and you can refocus.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that kind of makes sense then. Okay. Thanks.
All right. The next one is Up and Down. This one is Lee Wins, and the score is 22.3.
It's light painted on those sticks in the front, correct, Lee Win? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did you use for light source?
It's just a flashlight.
Okay. One thing I would suggest, and Lynn, you can do this for me. Put a radial on those, because that very late light is a very warm light, but then you've lit that up with a very cool color temperature light source. Just give me a little warmth on that now, Lynn, so that the light painting matches the ambient light in the scene. Yeah, push that. There, see the difference? It looks much more natural, like it's ambient light filling it in versus that very cool light, cool temperature light of the flashlight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Start from here to there. So it's subtle, but it's just enough to make it look like it's part of the deal there, part of the scene.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one is Arch Under Arch. This one is also Lee Wins, and the score is 23.4.
I have a question as to what was the reasoning to not indicate this as AR or a composite?
Well, it's not composite. It was just the Milky Way's there. And then there's quite a few people, so we like printing
Okay,
together.
Lynn,
Yeah.
go to the lower left part of the image and zoom in. The lower right, go all the way to the bottom corner.
What?
Zoom in for me, all the way in the corner.
This corner?
Zoom in all the way in that right there.
I'm at 200 already.
Okay. If that's not a composite, how did this happen down in the corners?
What are you talking
Can't you
about?
go bigger than 200, Lynn? See what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
How did that happen if it's not a composite? It's in the other side too.
What do you, I don't know. I don't see what you're talking about, Jim.
Look with the
Yeah,
rocks.
I see what he's
The rocks
talking
in the
about
sky
now.
in the lower left. Move your cursor hand left, Lynn. Left on the
There's a
picture.
smudge.
Up.
Higher.
Rocks meet the sky.
Oh, right
Oh,
here.
right there. Stop. Look right there.
Yeah.
It's the
here.
same way on the other side. My question is, how did that happen if it's not a composite?
Oops.
Yeah, well, I don't
that?
remember that part. Yeah. But no, I don't remember that part. Yeah.
Okay.
She just remembered that she light painted it.
Okay. Well,
I just remember I painted it. Yeah.
yeah. In any case, look closely at your image for those kind of artifacts like that.
Mm.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't want to cut off the arch of the Milky Way, but if you cropped it to right here and right here, you would never seen it. I like.
But
Well, there's a tiny little person right there.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that person. Yep.
Yeah.
I could never do this job.
Does happen with the white angle? Will do that when during the process gonna happen?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. It looks like masking a composite with
Yeah,
with
you
some
look at
with some
the
bad
if,
brush strokes.
Yeah, if 11 on there, but it's a white angle 24, so we're kind of very far. But I honestly don't know that part how that happened because I didn't really go that high, 400% high
Yeah.
to see it. But I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, if you look now that you can see it right now. I didn't have it. It caught my eye right away without zooming, but I needed Lynn to zoom it because you guys were having a hard time seeing it.
Yeah.
So that's where I wonder if it's because a white angle lens did that.
No, zoom in. Go to that lower right corner, Lynn. That's not the lens did not do that. That's not a lens issue.
Something else going on there. Yeah. I mean, and this one is even more noticeable when you blow it. It's all this distortion right here.
That's not lens distortion or a lens artifact.
And look at, I mean, I don't think the stars are doubled like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And tripled.
Yeah.
Something's happening right here.
And you can even see right there's something against the edge of the rock there. There's a lot of strange things happening in the corners of the image.
Oh well. It was light painted.
Yep.
Yes, it was.
Light painting. Okay.
Milky Way is awesome.
Yeah, the Milky Way is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. Spider-Man combats Electro.
Jim Williams. Jim Williams.
No, actually, this is Kathy's. Score is 23.
Yeah. What a fun concept and executed nicely. I really like the thought and the work that went into this one and the results. This was it was a well thought out and well done concept.
Oh, thank you. It was fun.
Yeah.
And it's fun to look at.
Yeah.
How do you do that, Kathy? How did you get the light swirls?
I got a friend who loves to do these kinds of things, so she was helping me understand how to do it. And she gave me these finger lights. Little kids play with them, apparently. You put them on the ends of your fingers.
Uh-huh.
Well, I put them on the end of a spatula, and so I held the spatula right there by his hands and started the whole process. It took a while to get the waves in there the correct way, and then I used a flashlight because I didn't use flashes at this time, and I just flashed on him, and I think it was a 4-second exposure for it.
It's exquisite. I love it.
Well, thank you. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Definitely fun. Yeah.
We're glad our assignments are fun sometimes.
Sometimes,
I don't know
yeah.
about that.
More so than stressful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is channel side traffic. This one's also Kathy's, and the score is 21.1.
Yeah, that I don't know if everybody read the description for the assignment or not, but this actually did fit in with the description of what could be done with using moving lights, as it was light painting or using moving lights within the scene, and that was done here. Classic traffic lights, however, very very good location chosen to do the traffic light trails with all the additional color lights and everything going on there. So I've seen lots of traffic trail pictures just on a dark street or in a subdivision or something, and this was a good choice of locations to do it.
So which means I actually misunderstand this. I feel like this is a non-exposure for that, because
that was allowed within the assignment description. That was part of the assignment description, that this was allowed.
I thought it was just a little too bright, so I added some black to it.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you to dehaze or add some black or some contrast to it.
I think the other one was a little lighter than what I see it on my screen too. So sometimes it's not translating well. I don't know if it's how I'm seeing it, or it's not. I don't think it's a calibration problem. I think it's just how I see it. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know with these things. We do have situations where stuff doesn't.
It was really bright on my monitor too.
Yeah,
it was very bright.
It was really bright on mine.
Yeah.
Right now on my monitor, it looks really dark. I mean,
now Lynn has
it's
adjusted it now.
Yeah. Before it looked fine, but now it's looking.
This is way too bright.
That's really bright on my monitor too.
Yeah, and it's bright on mine too, but that looks a little dark.
I mean, I just
halfway.
Halfway in between.
Split it in between the two
would be my suggestion on that.
That's a little better. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next one is fishing pier at dusk. This one is Brian's, and the score is 22.3.
Good. There's a great dramatic sky behind that.
Yeah.
That dramatic sky worked well with that. I remember that.
I was sure you would.
But yeah, that came out very well, Brian.
The rest of the club doesn't know, but there was one section of this fence that was not lit by the parking lot lights, and it was dark. And so I took a flashlight and filled that in otherwise there was a dark spot.
Yep. I remember that, and I saw this and said, "Oh, Brian did a good job filling in that dark hole."
This was this at our West Florida workshop?
This was the trip with the water.
Yeah.
Up in Chassahowiska.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was from the night shooting we were doing.
Yeah. I think I remember that crazy sky. All right, next one is
you weren't there that night.
Oh, okay. Antique model engine. This one is Roy's, and the score is 22.3.
Yeah, that's a pretty fun and interesting concept, using the light to give the impression of rotation on that. I like the I like how that was thought out and executed. Is Roy here?
Yes.
Oh, there you are.
Sure.
Yeah. Tell us, how did you accomplish that? The light that you put into that.
Well, the rotating light, I could not make a circular pattern with my green pen light. So I put it on a fishing line spool, used a magic marker for an axle, rotated it in front of the camera.
Awesome.
And
Good idea.
that's when I found out that pen light LED was actually strobing.
Well, the strobing effect actually worked well with this, and and I applaud your creativity in what you did to to execute the shot with coming up with putting the light on the fishing reel, spinning it, the work that was involved in this, how you thought it out and made it work.
That engine, that model engine, is actually, the prop's got 1938 on it, and
Wow.
that's actually a spark plug. So it's a very old antique model engine.
Yeah, that's from like a model airplane, right?
It's a model airplane, yes.
Yeah.
In the 1930s, because now they got heat plugs on them. They don't have spark plugs.
How did you light the piston and the propeller separately?
That was with just a handheld red light and a white light.
Yep. That's what I love about these assignments, when it sparks someone to be creative and put some effort into it like that. Good job.
Thank you.
Next one is bicycle kerosene lamp. And this one is also Roy's, and the score is 22.5.
I find it interesting that you added like a smoke or a steam effect to that. Do you want to tell us how you did that?
That is actually, I don't have a bunch of fancy equipment, so it's a kerosene lamp, and so I had to do some fiddling because I used a LED light inside of that lantern, a little bitty one, which was a very white light. And then to make it look like kerosene, I masked it and warmed it up a lot so it looked warm. And then to get some smoke, I used a piece of rolled up toilet paper and a pen light behind it and filmed that to make the smoke.
Wow.
I love that people are getting a lesson in special effects here tonight. Great.
That sounds like something I would do.
Good job doing that.
I tried to do something like that. I'd probably start a fire though.
So what was the smoke from?
It's actually a pen light behind some rolled up toilet paper to give it that effect.
Yeah, he's moving it. He moved it in front of the lamp.
Yeah, did you say if I broke the rules if you can't have composites, because that was a separate
Oh no,
film.
you can have a composite. We just indicate it.
Yeah, you just have to let us know it's a composite.
Okay, I didn't,
Yeah.
but that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
a
because
problem.
a lot of times the way to you can only achieve certain things with a composite.
Yeah.
Right.
Certain things just are not going to happen in a single exposure. There's no rule against composites. Just indicate that with the AR, so we know it's
reality,
it's more than one image, being used to create the more than one photograph being used to create the final image.
Yeah, we don't have a problem with that. We just need to know that that's what it is. So.
And that was also a double exposure because I used a separate pen light for the little switch on the bottom and a blue one on top of that light. And I didn't have enough hands to do it at one time, so I made a double exposure.
Well, and Jim is the king of multiple of a composite using and lighting different parts of something. We've done what, hundreds, Jim? Hundreds of images.
Oh yeah, when you guys helped me photograph that Corvette,
Yeah.
that's a 74 image composite because of all the light painting that was done.
Yeah. We light painted the car, we light painted the garage, we light painted all kinds of stuff. The only thing that stayed still was the car, and the camera was taped to the floor so it wouldn't move.
It was actually the tripod was actually stuck in cinder blocks.
Yeah, so it wouldn't move.
Well,
Yeah,
I've
it took
moved
us
to Broadway,
hours.
so these themes are a real challenge for me.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's
That's
awesome.
these assignments. That's the goal of these assignments, is for people to challenge themselves creatively, and I'm very happy when I see people doing that.
Yeah.
I might use some super glue on my next bird so it'll stay in one place.
Super glue. Well, the problem is that then it's stuck there forever. All right, next one is Lighthouse. This one is Mark's, and the score is 22.4.
Tell us about how this one was done.
Okay. This is a lighthouse that my father built. It's in the side of my parents' yard. And I was out taking a picture of it, and the left side, I flashed it with my cell phone, and then the light in it's actually burned out, so I'm standing up behind it, my cell phone for about 2 seconds, and that's how the light at the top of it's at. And then the light on the ground and stuff behind it, that's just the light from my parents' porch light.
For scale, how big is this?
I'm 5'9", and I was standing up on the ledge there, and I was reaching up, and I was just barely tall enough with my hand above my head to do the light. So it's probably, I'd say probably at least 12 foot or so.
I was
12,
going
15
to
foot.
say that probably puts it at about 12 feet or so. Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell in this, a sense of scale with
it was
which is not a problem. I was just curious on that, and you answered my question about, did it have a light in it, or did you?
It does have a light in it, but the light's been burned out, and
right.
It was one. There's one on the up around Kitty Hawk, the coast there of North Carolina. I had actually taken a picture of the real lighthouse, and my father took that and made a replica. I don't know why he did it, but but this was
Nice.
He did this about 10 or 11 years ago, and when he was younger, when he was only like 77, 78, he's 87, he'll be 88, so he can't get out and do the painting and upkeeping, and so it's starting to look pretty bad.
Well,
But I thought the faded paint kind of made it look more interesting.
Yeah, you did a good job with planning it out and making it work. Does he like
The
your
other
picture?
thing was there was power lines that running behind it and stuff, and I had to take those out. And that was the hardest part of it, is getting rid of the power lines behind it. I don't know why Lightroom can't come up with they got the dust removal. It's like, why can't we come up with a power line?
Photoshop has it.
Line removal in the remove tool.
It's in Photoshop.
Yeah, it's in Photoshop. Yeah. Photoshop.
Well, actually, I think I went in this one, and because I was having problems with it with Lightroom, I guess since it was a dark, I was getting a lot of artifacts in there when I was trying to delete stuff. So there was a few things that I had to go into Lightroom and actually delete them. So
yeah, Lightroom. Yeah.
Good job.
Yep. Good one. All right. Next one is River of Night. And this one is Brian's, and the score is 21.7.
Okay.
Jeez.
Tell us about the light painting, Brian.
Everything in front is like, even the bushes, all of that is light painted. It was a very dark area there. That's a boat ramp on the right. So, I mean, basically all of it is light painted except for the sky, which I I tried a bunch of different things, ended up doing an F-22 to get the starburst part of it.
That's
So,
the moon, obviously.
yeah,
Mhm. Yep.
and it's long exposure, to get the effect on the water.
Pretty.
And what did you use as a light painting source? What was your light?
That thing that I bought, the square thing with the different that you can do the different colors on that we learned about.
Oh, okay, an RGB flat panel light.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Good job.
So why did you ask the question?
For educational purposes,
Oh,
so that
okay.
that,
I mean, I
that's
was
what.
just wondering if there was
Yeah.
something about it that was completely unclear that you didn't.
No, I was just asking for an explanation for educational purposes. Yeah, we get to see this. This is nice. And how did you do it? Just
Yeah.
like I was asking Mark, yeah, how did he light the lighthouse? How did we do the old propeller and and the lantern and all that? So
I had a lot of trouble with this photo with round blotches, and I had to work real hard with the remove tool and stuff to get rid of the blotches in the sky.
are you talking about around the starburst?
Yeah.
Yeah, a hint for everybody when you're going to try and do a starburst or point your lens at the sun or a bright light like the moon or even street lights or something like that. Get one of these and clean the hell out of your lens before you take the shot.
Oh, really? So that's
Yes,
what it causes it?
any little speck on your lens, especially if it's white, makes those artifacts that you're fighting with. The slightest little thing on your lens, and it can be the tiniest little thing that you won't even necessarily see with your eye.
What
will
did you,
will make that.
what did,
A
what did you
microfiber
hold
cloth.
this?
Get a clean microfiber
Oh,
cloth.
okay.
You couldn't
And-
see you.
And when I'm doing things like these, I've learned that even from shot to shot, even after one shot, stuff will settle on your lens and it'll show up in the next shot. And I use these between every shot when I'm doing this stuff because yes, you're right, Brian. They are annoying and they're not fun to deal with in post.
I just added just a tiny little bit more light with a radio gradient right here, Brian, just to bring out the trees just a tad bit.
Right.
Yep,
Maybe
that looks
you can
good. Then.
lighten the right side more.
Yeah,
The
this is
ground
pretty dark in
area.
here too.
Yeah.
That's a really bright on the right
Yeah, because
side.
this is so bright. Everything else is very, very dark looking. So I mean, I don't know if the only issue with that is as dark as is, there may not be anything there to brighten up because it's so dark. Yeah, it gives it a little bit of
light couldn't
detail.
reach that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, be hard to light that far back there.
Yeah, so you kind of have to, give it a little artificial light here.
Need a bigger light.
Yeah, bigger light.
Floodlight.
What's that? What is that thing? I've got one of those gazillion million or something like that.
Yes, I have one. I have one of those too. That
It's a
you
giant
can connect,
light.
that you can connect to the car battery.
Yep.
The Q beam. Yeah,
It's
yeah. I've got
huge.
one of the. I have light painted with one of those. I've light painted things that are like half a mile away
Yeah.
with with those.
Good for barns that are far away and stuff like that. Yeah, I've got one of those
Mhm.
as well. So, all right, moving on. Next one is light painting at Payne Museum.
At where?
Payne Museum. This is Diana Cahill's, and the score is 22.
The the light painting that's going on there and everything is very interesting. It's very fascinating, and I want to find out how that was done. Have an explanation of that. The one thing I will say is the stripy socks and feet. I can't not help being distracted by that.
Diana, how'd you do this?
This was an unexpected photography opportunity. I went to this is at the Payne Museum in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. They have these big, like, architectural sculptures that are being lit with changing colors. And then they had these circus performers who were also there with lighted batons and like bowling balls and stuff that they were juggling. And I was like, can you go juggle over there? And that was it. That's all I did. I didn't have a tripod, so it's like balanced on weird lawn chair arms, and sandbags.
Focus for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did well with that. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
I just like put it on a 2 second or a 1.3 second shutter and just pressed it over and over again and hoped one of them was going to work.
Yeah, you should have just erased these legs. We would have never known it. That
Yeah,
yeah,
that's probably going to be the option for some of the others.
and take out these other lights that really don't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
And darken this up because then these really stick out because right now these are very distracting.
Yeah, because what's going on the right side is very complementary to what's going on the left side.
Right. Yeah, especially with this thing down here, this pattern as well.
Yeah, it's they're like spotlights with
with patterns
shaped,
on them.
yeah, like metal cut grates on them.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Next one is Fidget Spinner Invasion Fleet. This is a composite. This is Jim McWilliam, of course, and the score is 22.3.
This is so much fun. I'm laughing again looking at it.
Good. How did you do this, Jim?
Well, this is real. I had to stow away aboard the International Space Station to get it.
Where did you get all those fidget spinners?
Well, I have them. Don't you have some?
Not that many.
Well,
it's awesome.
Yeah, this is a really fun concept, but this is you, Jim.
And it's actually quite a few composite layers.
Yeah.
The background is a starfield with a black background. The Earth and the Moon are projections.
Oh my God.
And then every individual fidget spinner was photographed and layered separately and lit separately.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Yeah, I also like the tell us about the red laser beams.
That was almost an afterthought. I saw an item in Walmart in one of their Christmas time specials. It's a chalk line / level that's a digital a digital object.
I know what you're talking
about. Turn it
about.
on and you get basically a red line.
Yes.
So photograph that separately, and I don't know if you noticed, but the three that are converging are landing just about in Tampa.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, we're about getting zapped by the fidgets.
Yeah.
There you go.
They promised to take me aboard their fidget mothership, but they didn't do that.
Well done with all the work that you put into this.
Thank you.
Like I say, again, conceptualizing it and executing it. That's I'm always happy when someone conceptualizes something and then executes it. I love seeing that for our assignments.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun too.
It's a lot of fun to look at.
Yeah.
Lynn, have you been giving the 1 point bonus for assigned tonight?
Yes.
Okay, it just seems the scores are pretty low, given the comments.
I can only speak for myself.
Jim McWilliams, one of these days I want to be there when you shoot something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is reflecting on my new ride. And of course, it's Jim McWilliam. Once a year, new car. And this score is 22.5.
This one is fun. It's not as fun as the fidget spinners. Yeah.
Well,
tell me what you did with this. I see that there's multiple specular highlights with stars. Are some of these? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say that it should say it's a composite. I think I may have forgotten that.
Yeah, you did put it on there.
Well, it's a composite. It's two images basically. One with no lighting except the headlights and the street lamp lights. And then I have a floodlight that I used that has a red kind of filter lens on it. And I did a long exposure of the van with the lights off, just highlighting the wheels and the parts you see lit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically two images.
Yeah, and I see, like I say, you have those nice star effects that are the specular highlights from the actual headlight, the headlights, the parking light, the reflection of the street lights on it. And yes, in order they would be so overexposed in the time it would take you to do the light painting part of it. That's why it had to be a double exposure.
Yeah, and I used a very like a ISO 50 and like about an F18 or F20 just to keep those from blowing, blowing out the scene.
Yeah, and with the red light, you were doing like contour outlining with it. That was yep. Okay.
I initially just did the wheels, but then some of it spilled over to the others, and I thought that looked pretty decent too. So.
And how did you get this red starburst here, Jim?
Well, that's a parking light.
That's the parking light.
Oh, it's a parking light. Okay. Oh, now I see. Okay.
That's what color it is.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Again, a lot of fun.
Next one is Red Leaf. This one is Lourdes, and the score is 24.1.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
Very striking, good visual impact, and this one was a very long exposure. Is it took that long to paint it or build up the light on it? As I recall, this was something like a 20 or 22-second long exposure.
It was
30.
30 seconds.
30 seconds, yeah.
But it's at F22, so it took some time.
Yeah, okay, that's the 22 part. Yeah, F22. Yeah, is Lourdes here?
Yes, and it was with a red light.
That's beautiful.
Did you shoot it on black glass, Lourdes?
No, my table, our table is a glass table, so we shoot it there.
Okay, just on regular glass, but okay.
Yeah, beautiful composition.
Yeah. Beautiful, yeah.
Yep, simple but visually effective.
Definitely. All right, next one is winter camping. This one is Lee's, and the score is 22.9.
This one is very fun concept as well. I see this one was also a pretty long exposure, and this was this a single long exposure, and with the light painting going on in the single exposure.
Yeah, it's just a single exposure.
And how were you painting that? Was this like a pen light or something?
Yeah, just a small pen light. And I just tried to do it from like upper right to give it like a moonlight.
Yeah, no, that worked well because it gives it the effect of like bright moonlight, like this scene is, at snowfall at night, and yeah, very creative and very enjoyable to look at. That was well done.
Lee, how'd you get this?
What's the background?
Yeah, how'd you get the snowflakes?
Okay, so the background, we went to Michael's and they have these books for scrapbooks.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had one of winter, and then the trees I bought at Dollar Tree, and the snow you can find at Michael's. This is really fine stuff.
Is this the new camper you were telling me you bought?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's a little small.
Again, like I say, I'm very happy to see the creative effort that's being put into some of these assignments by people now.
I changed this like 3 times. I had a red truck, but it didn't work, and taller trees and different background. Anyway, I spent some time on it.
Yeah, the color palette is very pleasing and really works well in the scene.
It's wintry.
Thank you.
Very cool feeling.
Yeah.
All right, next one is Standing Tall in the Darkness. This one is Tori's, and the score is 22.2.
Damn.
Pretty.
Was this done with a flashlight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was flashlight. And I did a very long exposure to see some of the sky, but I think some of the stars are kind of drawn out a little bit because of the time.
Yeah, because of the time they will trail in a long exposure.
They will move,
That's a normal thing. Yeah, sometimes it's fun to make them really long.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would suggest on this you could just do some masking on some of the light spill, like to the 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 shrubs or the whatever to the left and far left and to the right. Some of it right around the base kind of complements, and looks natural. You wouldn't want to see just lit trees coming out of the darkness. It would be appropriate to leave some of that light there, but you can mask out some of the spill in some of the other areas. What a lot of light painters will do, a lot of stuff is deliberately make two exposures for this. So you have one where it's dark, one where you put the light, and then you can use a mask and just paint out the light spill when it happens. So it makes it much easier to do your light painting if you don't have to be terribly conscious about the light spill, because you have another exposure that you can mask it out on.
Right.
I was actually just doing this in the Nelson ghost town in Nevada. We spent a night light painting there, and I was actually showing how to do that. So,
well, you didn't have rain in the desert like we did.
What's that?
So you didn't have rain in Death Valley like we did in Smoky Mountain, so we couldn't do any light painting.
The day I flew out, they had a record rain.
Oh, geez, you're kidding.
And almost every road in Death Valley is closed right now.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
Yeah, almost all the roads are closed, but that was the day I left.
All right. Next.
So I found the challenge in this assignment was to not make it look like it's just a flash from your camera.
Yeah.
I tried to paint from the side of the trees, but there was so many bushes, so I couldn't get to 90 degrees, but it still looks like very flashy to me.
No, but that's still very good what you just mentioned, especially with trees, to highlight them. I did an exercise with some people earlier this year up in Withlacoochee Forest, and that's exactly what we were doing. We were side lighting, light painting trees in the forest, and deliberately side lighting and backlighting. Side lighting and backlighting work well.
Okay.
But yes, you're very right. You're very correct. If you're doing it from the camera position, yes, it can look like a flash.
Yeah.
And in which case, well, then you may as well just use a flash.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I was hoping I didn't want to go into the bushes there at night. It was pitch dark, so.
Okay, next one, explosion of light. This one is Lourdes's, and the score is 23.7.
This has a tremendous amount of visual impact. And it's really cool that it was done in black and white too. The contrast in the black and white looks fantastic.
You're running a sparkler in your house?
Oh yeah, Lee almost killed me because the floors were getting burned.
Is that a sparkler? Is that what's behind those light bulbs?
Yes.
How do you come up with this stuff, Lourdes? Goodness.
Amazing.
Yeah, this is really cool, and yeah, the fact that you did it indoors with a sparkler is scary. A sparkler burns at 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
And you backlit this? Is this backlit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy.
She clicked the shutter and I was behind it, moving the sparkler all around.
And where was the fire hydrant?
Stomping on the
fire
floor.
Extinguisher.
How did you keep the light bulb standing up? Did you have like a glue to the table?
Oh my God, it's leaning. It couldn't be still, so I put a clear dot like for scrapbooking.
Yeah.
In the table. That's in the table, in the glass table. So it was every time we shoot, it was leaning like I couldn't get it like straight, but
that's okay.
Where are the plug points for the bulbs?
I like it. I actually like the tilt. That that adds some more dynamic to the visual. Had it been had it been some had it had the symmetry of being straight up and down.
Awesome.
And how is the light bulb stuck to the the
Yeah,
table.
thank you. That's what I'm trying to
It's like a glue dot. It's like clear. It's like some
Okay.
double side tape.
Yeah, like a double-sided gel tape.
But
Uh-huh.
where are the
Okay.
where are the plugs for this? How, I
No,
mean,
no plugs. It was not on.
Sparklers light
It's
the
just
bulb.
a reflection.
I'm sorry.
It's not plugged. It's just the bulb glue in the table.
The sparklers
No, but
light the bulb,
Clear.
Diana.
Yeah, the
The
light
bulb-
is coming from the sparkler.
Yeah, no, they're
Oh.
not plugged in anywhere.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's
Oh
not.
my
It's not
goodness.
really on, Diana. It's the sparkler.
Okay, got it. I think all that blonde
I
up
love that
gets me.
creativity, Lourdes. That's
Thank
awesome.
That's awesome.
All right, this one is Autumn Harvest. This one is mine, and the score is 23.9.
Beautiful.
Nice.
It has a nice feel to it. Were you moving all around, or were you waving the light from one particular position, like
I was over to
like
the
behind
left,
and left?
and I had it's a very small little flashlight, and I was, I'd go up and down the corn and then try to get all the I had to take a lot of them to get it to work right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What was the
Yeah.
length of the exposure, Lynn?
I can't remember now. Look, 10 seconds.
Okay. So it's one shot.
Yeah, just one shot.
Yeah, the only thing I would suggest if you wanted to try working with it, Lynn, is the orange pumpkin in the foreground with the hard shadow dead center in the
Oh, yeah,
foreground.
that.
Just some fill on that.
Right.
It's lost. It's lost the
Its
we got the
shape, yeah.
detail in every other pumpkin,
Yeah.
but not the one that's the most foreground pumpkin
Right.
of all.
Yeah, I guess I like I said, I really had a hard. I must have taken 100 of these, and I was trying to get the light, enough light on everything, and I somehow missed that. I kept missing
and
the
you
front
could
one.
and you could probably just brush that in, with
I could.
just
Yeah,
brush
I
in
could.
some just
But
brush
the
in
only
some
issue is
exposure
I don't think it's in focus because it looks like the focus is right here,
there.
and that I think that that was the only problem about that needed to be in focus for it to be brighter.
Pretty.
This is remember when we had Chris talking about doing the light painting and he was doing, big landscapes and stuff like that. He said you could apply the same exact methods that he was using to something small. And I actually went to a workshop about light painting up in Pleasantville, Kentucky with Dave Black and
I
Bill
was going to
Fort
say, yeah, Dave
and Bill
Black does a
Fortney.
lot of this.
And we spent 4 days in the basement of this building with no windows doing stuff like this.
Yeah,
and and my tiny little, I was so mad because I had these tiny little flashlights, they're pen lights, and they all were dead. And I'm like, I cannot believe all my flashlights are dead.
yeah, I worked with Dave Black once at Photoshop World, and that's all he had was a bunch of tabletop setups like this, and was using Streamlight flashlights for everything. And he does big, huge landscapes too, but he's also known for this. And like you say, you got to work with him,
Yeah, his most famous light painting is of our Arlington Cemetery with the Washington Monument and fireworks in the background.
Mm-hmm.
He light painted all the gravestones in this one section of Arlington. It's unbelievable. He showed it at the workshop, and we were all crying because he has a really poignant story behind it as well. So, yeah, he does stuff besides this stuff, but that's where I learned how to do that. Okay, next one is Red Honda Motorcycle. This one is Richards, and the score is 23.7.
This is nice. So you did some front light painting on it, and then got behind it and did the light drawing. Am I correct in that?
I did the light drawing first, and then I was in the front of the camera the whole time. This was a 60-second exposure, and I was in the frame the whole time, either from behind. Then I walked around to the front and I painted I had to paint the floor too to make the wheels stand out from behind. But then I walked to the front and I would paint the front.
Yeah, no, and I was going to say, good job that you did the floor for that reason, and I'm glad you mentioned that you did that because that worked well. And
that's in my garage.
Were you were you dressed like a ninja to walk around in front of the camera?
I was in dark clothing.
Yep, there you go. That's part of the trick of doing it. Yep.
Yeah, you don't wear striped socks.
Where did you light it? What did you use to light the rim?
I don't know. Here, this is a little red flashlight. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. That was it.
And you did that for the whole thing?
Yep. Yeah, that was in total darkness in the garage. I used a remote trigger on the camera, so I didn't have to walk from the camera to the thing. I was behind it. It made it easier because I couldn't see anything until I turned the little red flashlight on.
Well,
you didn't knock the motorcycle down even once?
No, I probably did that 10 times before I got it the way I wanted.
Richard, you know what you should have had? Smoke. Red smoke.
Yeah.
This is the first thought I had when I looked at this. It was like, oh, this looks like if a motorcycle were in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Or Tron. It looks like a Tron motorcycle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tron like, yes.
Yeah, well done.
Cool.
Yeah. Richard, is that your motorcycle? Do you ride?
Yes.
It's nice.
Wow.
All right, next one is Tea Time. This is Altered Reality. This one is Sylvia's, and the score is 24.3.
Nice. So did you individually light paint these elements and then create the smoke as light drawing?
I did. My idea at first, I got incense sticks and I tried to put them in the teapot and I tried to make smoke and it would only go straight up. I never. So then I decided, well, maybe I can just light draw it, So that's what I did. So it's 2 exposures. I light painted the tea set, and then I thought maybe I could do the light drawing in the same exposure, but I never could. I guess have it long enough.
That's tricky to do. You did it the right way. Yep.
Yeah, and so I didn't have a little tiny pen light, so the small flashlight, I took a piece of cardboard and poked a little hole in it, and came from the back, and I had a black presentation board background, and I was dressed darkly, and I just came around the back, and it was dark, and I was trying to get it close to the spout of the teapot. I got pretty close. I had to clone a little tiny bit right at the
Yep.
yeah. Threw it in. Yeah.
I can't say enough how much I'm enjoying tonight listening to the effort and creativity that has been put into this assignment. I really like your double S curve on that. Like you say, the incense would be just giving smoke straight up. Which kind of static with this. Everything you have in this image has curves, those saucers, the cups, everything. And then artistically you mimicked those curves with, I don't know whether that was intentional on your part or not, but I picked up on that and said, the way that smoke picks up the other curves in the image.
Yeah, well, I just knew I didn't want the smoke to be going, straight up, but I wanted it to be more like smoke would appear to be. But anyway, it was fun. I'm like Lynn, I took, and I've got a lot of incense. Anybody wants it, I'll never use it.
No, I still have it left over from the last smoke assignment.
But it was fun. I had a good time doing it.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
All right, next one is Golden Tiger in the Night. This one is Richards, and the score is 22.9.
So how much painting was involved in this one?
100%.
I mean, what were you painting, and were you just painting?
I used a little mag light, pen light, and I walked from the left side. And again, I was in my ninja outfit. So I walked from the left side and I painted the tail and the back. And I tried to leave enough so I wouldn't go directly onto it and fill the shadow. So they would, and then I walked all the way to the right side and did that. I also did try to do a little background lighting onto,
Right here.
yeah.
That worked
So
out. That worked out well. And
that's again in total darkness and only using the light. That was a 25-second exposure.
How big is the tiger? How big is the tiger, Richard?
It's about what, 2 feet? About 2 feet long.
Yeah, the way you lit it from the angles you lit it with and stuff is very nice because it brought out the dimensionality and the texture of it. It didn't turn it into, flat lighting like a single light source from camera position, would do or something. You brought out the texture and the contours of it with the way you lit it, which is nice. I would say it's a little tight on the back end versus the front end. There's a lot of room in the front versus the back, but that's just a little nitpick. That's not a big deal.
You have to have room where he can walk.
Yep. Yeah. And there's a lot of room there, and there's just an itty bitty little room behind the tail. You got a little more room behind the tail. That's all I want.
All right.
But yeah, well done.
Okay, this one is highlighted hibiscus. This one is Tori's, and the score is 24.2.
Pretty beautiful.
That's beautiful, Tori.
Just get rid of this stuff.
Thank
you. The excess light spill that Lynn is pointing out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, but other than that, that's really nice to look at. The very nice complementary colors between the hibiscus and the leaves, and very visually impactful the way that's done. Tell us, great depth of field on that. Tell us about this, what you did.
So I did a lot of pictures until I got the lighting right. It was either too bright, too dark. So I did a lot. It was with one flashlight. I came very close to the flower and then I pulled the light back again to give the flower most light. And I kind of left the leaves there on the side on purpose. I mean, I could have taken those out. I tried both, but I guess I just wanted to fill it out a little bit more, the whole picture. But
or you could just have a tighter crop, but my eye keeps wanting to go over there and see the other stuff that's in the dark.
You don't want anything taking your eye away from what's here, and it does because you're like, what is this? What is this?
It keeps pulling my eye over there, but what you do have with the flower part minus that stuff on the right is gorgeous.
Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you.
What was what was the lens and the f-stop on that, Lynn?
F13, 43 millimeters at 25 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah,
because the depth of field through that flower and those water drops is very, very visually effective. Yeah.
Did you use just water or did you use glycerin and water?
I just used a spray bottle with regular water. First, I took pictures of it without the water. Then I just wanted to add something interesting, and I thought it was really cool with the water drops too.
Yeah, that worked out well.
Can I say I kind of like the leaves in the back? I think they're dark enough that they don't distract, but I think it makes a better composition.
No, you're not allowed to say that.
Okay.
No, absolutely. Everybody's opinion is welcome.
And this I think where you could see that light painting has an advantage over like flash, because flash would then light all over the place.
Yes.
Where this is a very controlled lighting, and you only light parts of your subject. And that's where you can say, oh yeah, you could have done this with flash. No, you couldn't have. There's no
right
because you have no
control. It would light up
over
everything.
the lights going. Yeah. So
yeah,
that's really the advantage of and learning how to use light painting is because it definitely has its advantage in where you want the light to actually go.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice
Yep.
because I tried also to light the flower from behind, but it was very hard to get the light just right. You know, not too dark, not
We
too
don't want it
bright.
to be
So
too,
yeah.
it takes lot, we have to do a lot of them because we don't want it to be too easy. Then it doesn't,
Yeah.
he doesn't learn
I think
anything if
it's
it's too
fun
easy.
though. I mean, every assignment has its own challenges. So I think
this
it's
is
really
this is
fun to work.
absolutely not a point and shoot assignment.
Nope.
It's not.
And thank you everybody for the effort that I'm seeing that you guys put into this.
All right, let's go to the next one here. It's at 8:30 already. This one is an experiment gone wrong. This one is Ron's, and the score is 23.
But there's a lot of great color and visual impact in this one as well. A lot of fascinating things going on. This looks like it was technically challenging to get all the pieces to come out the way you wanted in this one. You want to tell us about it?
I mean, so this was actually shot 45 minutes before everything was due because I needed a second entry.
Ron could do that.
And the title is very reflective of how I felt about the whole assignment. I do want to thank my lovely wife for her idea of reusing an element that you'll see in the other image I shot of the boiling flask. And this was a much simpler setup than the other image you'll see. This was two small rectangular light panels that I had set to flash red and blue that I moved through the background. A warm yellow light lighting the lighting the boiling flask from the front, and then a bit of a smoke ninja and a small pop of flash coming from the back to get the fog effect coming off.
How did you do this? Was this like a little pen light?
It's a full-size flashlight that has like a warm white, a cool white, a red, and a blue.
Yeah, tell us about the lights in the lights that we see in the background, the red and blue, how you achieve that kind of geometric but random geometric look.
Well, that's just a little or a pair of little light panels, and they have those color effects settings. And this was the I think it's called police or emergency or something, where they flash red and blue.
Yeah,
and I just
and
moved them.
And did you move them around, or that's just there were dark, non-illuminated areas? Because I see, there's those dark areas in between the red and the blue. That's what I'm asking. How did did you move the lights, or did you just have several lights?
Oh no, I was just moving them by hand.
You moved them. That answers my question. Yes,
yeah.
that answered my question about how that happened back there, because it came out really well.
Mm-hmm. It looked a little more like a light bar than if it was just stationary.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next one is spellbinding, and this one is Ron's, and the score is 23.3.
Holy crap, what are those hands?
Yeah, that's right.
So
wow. That again is that the boiling flask again then with some smoke in it?
It is, yes.
What did you ask, Jim?
He mentioned about using the same prop twice, so that's when I realized then, this is the boiling flask again with smoke in it to look like the crystal ball.
Whose nails
and
are
there's some copper wire running through it to give a little bit of visual interest.
Check out those nails, though.
Talk about the hands.
All the ladies want to know about the nails.
Hands.
I was very fortunate that I shot this after Halloween, and so there were these gold finger extensions on sale. I think they're for like those Thai finger dances and that,
Yeah,
because it was advertised for Fung Leb.
right.
Um, and so the way I shot this was there were 5 lights, and so there was a flash either side, and then those same light panels, which initially were lit red, along with a that and in the center there was mounted on the tripod below the camera. There was the flashlight that was also lit red. Uh, my poor beleaguered wife got a workout, kind of half leaning up to do this. So the hands in front were from the start of the exposure, and then
The what?
she brought
Wait, say that again. The hands in front.
the hands in front are from the start of the exposure, so the flash fired then.
Okay.
Uh, and then I had her bring her hands back. We fired the flash a second time manually. I remotely changed the light panels to blue to get the purple color for the boiling flask, and turned off the other light so that I got that nice purple color in the boiling flask.
How did you get the wisps on the ends? On
This?
it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, so that's from the movement of her hands. Since
Um,
the light panels were lit continuously, you get a little bit of a freeze, right, from the initial flash.
Yeah.
And then when she brings them around to the back and I manually fire the flash, then she drops her hands real quick. It's not slow motion like she did for the first transition. And then I changed the colors so that we don't muddy that there.
so is this one shot or multiple shots?
It's a single shot.
Holy banana brains.
There were, I think, 160 attempts. So
I
That was
would
that was
imagine.
my next question.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess your wife really did get a workout then.
Yeah.
yes, if we can give out our own awards, I'll be giving most beleaguered wife to mine at the
The
camp
awards.
on.
You've made her do a lot of crazy things, Ron.
I
Well,
know, I was
that's
gonna say the same thing.
does she
the
do
Yeah.
Remember when she had
photography?
to have, yeah, she put a glass on top of her shoe when she was a little tipsy that time. That was another one that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end of a sign.
Yep,
Let's get to the general here, guys.
Oh,
Yep, good job.
Yeah.
All right, first one here is, whoops,
Wow.
is Brotherly Love. This is Deborah's. Score is 24.5.
That's nice.
Wow. What intensity in the story in this image.
Yeah.
And the freezing of the action in this really worked well. And the black and white treatment really helps with this as well, I think, versus being in color, because it really just lets us focus
Right here.
on the intensity of the emotion that's going on there without color distraction. I really like that this was done in black and white.
Yep.
Great shot.
Come on, Lee Win. You haven't said anything very much tonight.
Yeah, this is great. I love this. Yeah.
The other wild animal photographer in our bunch. The polar bears ever do this?
Now,
Nope.
the yeah, the Lions does this really well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very good, Deborah.
Anything you'd change?
Whoops. No. Nope.
Not
looks-
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, this one, like I say, I don't have any nitpicks on this one.
Yeah, it's kind of, I had to do it really in black and white because there was so much elephant dung everywhere that it was just
Yeah, you kind of have
in
to make the
color.
dung
In
look so
color,
bad.
it was impossible.
Where was this at, Deborah?
Kenya.
Okay.
All right, next
Yeah,
one is
Masai
High Alert. And this one is Deborah's as well. The score is 23.2.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost light painted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Painted by the sun.
Yeah, natural light painting.
This one comes off, almost with a painterly quality, just with the light in the background and the
Amazing.
the bokeh in the background and everything. Yeah, this
That's a
just
portrait.
the overall effect of this is very nice with that kind of painterly look, but very well done. So it has such a different feel than the
darken even more. Yeah.
it has such a different feel than the other one, but but they're both great, but they're almost like night and day in the visual quality of what you feel when you see the images.
Again, anything you'd change or anything to improve it?
Well, I personally feel because he's looking up on the right side, so left side has the space. To me, I feel a little too much. If we crop more, I also because the highlight is there. So if the right side has more space than left side, I feel.
I would back up a little bit, Lynn, leave a little bit of that mound behind him. There.
Yeah.
That balances with the light that's falling in the foreground on the prey animal there.
Yeah, I just noticed the animal that I knew there was blood there and it was from a kill, but I actually hadn't noticed the animal there on the ground. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great shot.
Yeah, if you were willing to do it, the only thing I'd do from there is that leaf that's on the right side.
Just darken it.
My eye does keep seeing that.
I mean, I could darken it. I can't take it out. I could darken it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just looking at the other lion shot to have your hand steady enough to capture that while it is going on. I mean, because the sounds that are coming from that are so outrageous. I mean, kudos on that.
Yep. All right, next one
was
is
intense.
Buttercup Spider. And this one is Diana Cahill's. The score is 21.4.
Very nice. I like the pattern of the flowers. I like that spider is in the one. You go right to that, you get the others. And Lynn just fixed the other issue I had with it, which is that blade of grass on the left-hand side.
And that makes that by cropping it makes your spider more prominent as well.
Yeah, I would widen that out just a little bit, but yeah, that's the idea. That
could you enlarge the spider?
You can go a little bit more on the left side too, then.
There's the spider.
I guess it's an A4. It's just the more soft to me.
It's fighting you, Lynn, isn't it?
Fighting me. It turned.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, you got to shrink it a little bit if you're going to pull it out now, or do that. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
that makes
it's still got tight on the left, but we get the idea.
Yeah.
Leon, were you saying that it's soft?
The spider, because that's the main subject. I'm trying to look at the focus point. It looks like it's more on the back panel there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's perfect. There was like a little bit of wind. Maybe it's just blown out. Looks better when it's darkened.
He's blown out a little bit.
You
can bring
darken it a bit and looks better.
Yeah, some of the texture just by adding some clarity and some texture to him.
Yeah.
That makes it a little more prominent.
Yeah.
Yeah. the inside of I mean, they're buttercups, right? So the
Yeah.
inside of the buttercups themselves were very shiny.
Right. Well,
And
it also
yeah,
reflects the light up into the spider as
Yeah.
well. So you're kind of
Yeah.
fighting the sun and the buttercup. So
Yeah.
and I know Lynn is someone that can tell you yellow flowers are actually difficult to expose
Yep.
properly. Yellow flowers
Yeah.
really like to overexpose in an image.
They
Yeah.
really do.
You can they'll still even be yellow, but you'll lose the detail in them.
yeah,
Hmm.
you've
In
got
the bright
yellow
feisty yellow.
use
is
the
tough.
contrast on it or something. I've never been able to get a yellow one that came out the way I wanted it
Yeah.
to.
Well,
Yeah,
and,
you almost have to be conscious of deliberately underexposing yellow flowers in order to process them to where you want them to be.
right.
I think Lynn will back me up on that
Yep.
one.
Yeah. Yellow is tough. Tough in red.
Yeah,
Yellow and red are
red
really
and
tough.
yellow.
Yeah. It's crazy. And even blue to a certain extent. So blue, your basic, your regular colors, your primary colors are the hardest ones to actually get right, which makes no sense, but it's the way it is. So,
Is that related to like the way that the chips work, or is that separate?
you mean the
Well,
way
a
the
lot.
sensor works?
Well, flowers, part of the issue is that flowers emit a lot of ultraviolet, and they reflect a lot of ultraviolet and infrared, and your sensor is sensitive to that, and your eyes are not.
Yeah.
So your eyes aren't seeing the ultraviolet and infrared wavelengths coming from, but the sensor of your camera is seeing that, and to your camera, it's still light. And so your camera from flowers is seeing more light than your eye is, because your sensor is picking up on the UV and the ultraviolet.
So yeah, so you have to back off. I have a tendency to shoot these bright color flowers way underexposed. So.
Insects actually see a lot in ultraviolet,
right?
And it's intentional on flowers to attract pollinators that they reflect ultraviolet in order to attract the pollinating insects that see in ultraviolet.
Yeah.
But you don't see it. But your camera.
You can shoot a lot of if you use a UV light on flowers, you'll see some crazy patterns in there, and that's to attract the pollinators. So
I wonder if that's also partially why. So like I started doing a lot of my photography when I was living in the tropics, and I have a habit of just like setting my camera at 1/3 to 2/3 stop underexposed. I wonder if that's partially because when I started shooting on digital, I was in like ultra high UV environments and my camera was compensating for that. I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Why we do anything these days?
Yeah.
Well, usually I do mine a little underexposed just because if it's overexposed, you can't do anything with it. But if it's underexposed and you're shooting in RAW, you can usually pull a lot more out of a underexposed than you can out of a overexposed.
Yeah, exactly.
Or that's just always been my experience with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this end of the spectrum is really hard to deal with when it's up against this right-hand side of the histogram. When it's over here to the left, you're kind of getting noise, but at least you're going to get something in the background. So
if you have the option in your camera when you're shooting like yellow flowers like this in the sunshine, especially, you can double check when you look at the image after you shoot it, have the tricolor histogram turned on, the RGB histogram, and look at all three of those histograms, and you'll typically see one of them is pushed way over to the right.
Yep. Yep.
And then you can make adjustments,
go the other way,
when you look at that.
Yep. All right. Next one is snacks for two. This is Leslie's. And the score is 21.6. And I was like, two what? And then I saw the little bug on his face.
Yeah. Do me a favor, Lynn. Just run some, just like run dehaze on that or something for me.
Yeah, some contrasters. Yeah, it needs a.
I wonder why they change areas of green.
Dehaze helped with that, with with that kind of washed out low contrast
Yeah.
feel that it had.
Is that a tick he has on there? It looks
like
like
a
a tick.
fly.
Looks like a fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fly.
Oh, oh, it's a fly. Yeah.
Oh, I immediately assumed it was a tick. I don't know why, but I was like,
Yeah.
oh, gross.
Don't
I
have
don't think
wings.
ticks.
Thinking deer ticks.
There's
don't have wings.
above the deer's right ear, which is actually on the left side of the frame. There's another one in the air,
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, Jim. How do you pick this stuff up?
Eagle eyes.
I look at a million images.
Why,
It
he's
doesn't matter. I could have stared at that for 3 hours and not picked it up. I'm in the wrong business.
All right. Next one is Lourdes driving the Black Pearl. This is Lee's, and the score is 22.6.
What's the Black Pearl?
The car.
That's the car. That's the
I
name of
know,
the car.
but what is it? It's beautiful.
It's an MG.
That's Jack's car.
Jack's
I
car.
figured that.
Yeah.
I've seen that car in person. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the cinematic crop on this works really well with the visual. It the whole thing has a cinematic look, and the cinematic crop goes really well with that. The colors of the sunset, the interior, Loris's skin tones, fantastic. The black glasses, the black hair, the black car. It's almost like a duotone, in orange and black, almost. It's really cool. It has a very fashion look. Just one thing, I would take this image and take the stray hairs off the face. That's the only nitpick I have.
I kind of left it because it kind of made it look like she was actually driving.
Yeah, but coming off the glasses
and
and out in front of the nose and the mouth, that's
I see that now.
Looks kind of
Yeah. The fact that it intersects, you could I would leave some across the high part of the cheek for the look that you're talking about, but just like not through the lips and extending in front of the face. And
yeah, no, I see that now. Yep.
but other than that, like I say, that's my only nitpick on that one. This is really cool.
Pretty sunset.
Yeah. And you had, did you use a softbox on this, like a small softbox?
That was a pretty good sized softbox.
It was a bigger softbox. Yeah. The lighting was nicely done. A bare flash, not in a softbox, would have been so much harsher and just wouldn't have worked with this look. The softbox was a great choice.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Next one is Young Sailors. This is Fong's, and the score is 20.7.
Do me a favor, Lynn. This is a fun image. I don't know the story behind it. I would like to see the crop across the feet is awkward. See if you can just bring it up so that it doesn't go through the knees of the person on the left side of the frame, but gets above the ankles on everybody. Can you even do that? a little bit, at least if you get the shoes out.
Yeah.
You got to go lower. It still has to go lower, but yeah, that was, that awkward crop through the shooting. Yeah, still get it just a little below the knees on the girl on the left. There, right there.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I look at this and I think and I sit here and I'm like, okay, what's with the trays with the sunglasses? It's all those even on the far left, you see it sticking out from the
from the guy's hand.
It's like, why is everybody holding those in the picture? That's the question I have in my mind.
They must have been handing them out. She needed some badly because she's squinting so bad.
Kind of reminds me of when we used to go to 3D movies and they would give you the 3D.
Yeah.
All right, next one is wild whale. I'm not sure what the heck's going on here. I think this was a phone shot.
No,
Nope.
look at the
Nope,
data
it's
says
400
not.
millimeter, but it is so out of focus.
It was a Nikon, a regular Nikon, camera, but yeah, there's camera shake, out of focus. It's just kind of a mess.
This on the boat, this wide wheel, but too far.
Yeah,
This I use Nikon Z8, 400 millimeter. This boat is small boat.
Okay, this is part of the problem, Fong, right here.
The shutter speed.
Shutter speed is way too slow. I've shot whales from boats before, but I'm shooting at like 1/2000th or 1/3200th of a second. And you might be able to get it in focus. Yeah, you're shooting way too slow.
Okay, what I do is
you lower your f-stop. You're at f16. Lower your f-stop, and then you can increase your shutter speed, and then you should be able to get at least something more than just the spray, from his spout coming in more in focus. Yeah, especially when the boat is moving. You've got to have a
boat
really
is
fast
moving
shutter
and
speed.
wind too high, so that's all.
Yeah, if you're on a boat, you've got to have a very, very fast shutter speed to even attempt to get stuff in focus. I've done it, so I know it's possible.
2000, yes.
Next time.
Okay.
Next time. All right, Sicilian Walkway. This is Leslie's, and the score is 22.1.
Pretty.
That.
Yeah. I like the view, like the perspective. I like what's going on here.
Almost looks painterly.
Can you just please straighten it up for me, Lynn? Doing what I do so much of, that's something I can't not see. It's still slightly off, but you can use the guided upright tool. You could even just try hitting the auto button in the down there in the in the panel.
There you go.
Yeah, obviously the steps
the
are
auto
not
button
straight.
almost nailed it.
Yeah,
it got it close.
Yeah, the steps aren't straight. But
I see the steps aren't straight.
That's pretty much part of the problem. Is it's hard to get, even the buildings can be crooked.
I think this would have been great if a person was walking on that top step or near the top step, just something to draw your eye into here I'm looking everywhere, but no place special.
Yeah, it goes up and it ends, but it's a very typical scene. I have a couple students that travel over there, and I see this all the time, and I know that's a typical scene that you see. And but
no, you know what we need right here?
You know what we need? We need Lourdes and her sunglasses
sitting on
the step.
No, we need a cat sitting at the top step.
Yeah.
Lourdes,
hey, I can put one in.
A cat would have made it. You don't need a person, you just need a cat. All right, next one is Georgia on My Mind. These are not in order, but that's okay.
Yeah, and Lynn, I will show you how to make that happen.
I don't see. Well, I don't understand. Yeah, no, this is in the right place.
But in the galleries, there's a trick for the galleries. Okay. It almost always messes up the order in a gallery when you publish it.
This one is Karen's, and the score is 22.
Why is Georgia on your mind? This doesn't look like Georgia.
Georgia on My Mind. Karen, yeah, 22.
O'Keefe.
Oh, I like it. The box elders are gorgeous.
Yeah, it was gorgeous there.
Oh my gosh.
You were at the right time for the cottonwoods.
I know. We got there and I just couldn't believe it. Everywhere you looked, I kept pulling off the side of the road and it was gorgeous.
Where is this, Karen?
New Mexico.
Oh, New Mexico.
outside of Taos, Ghost
Beautiful.
Ranch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep, I recognize it
Yeah,
now.
recognize this spot.
Yeah, yeah. The
And
one
we
the one
would.
thing to one thing to be careful of, and then I want to have Lynn do something else just as a quick educational thing. But Brian, do you know what I'm about to point out?
Yeah, I guess you're going to probably point out some halos.
Yes.
Oh, go to the right. Go to the right. Go to the right.
All right.
Other way. Other right. There. There. Whoa, you just passed it.
Well,
Right here.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I
back
see.
off. Now just zoom out and you'll see. You can't miss it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, watch out. Watch out for halos on contrasty edges.
And
Um,
what caused that, Jim?
That happens in processing. There's a half a dozen ways to, well, there's more than half a dozen ways to make that happen. There's a lot of ways to make that happen. You just have to watch for it when you're working. There's any of the contrast related tools, contrast, texture, clarity, dehaze, especially are notorious.
Or the
for that.
or the mask should do that as well.
Yep, the mask.
Yeah,
Can do
when
that
you
as
mask
well.
the sky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
What did you want me to do, Jim?
I want you to go down to the color mixer and get the point color tool.
Okay.
Has anybody messed with the variance slider yet?
No.
Ah, all right. This is what I want you to do, Lynn. Click in about the middle orangey color of the leaves, in between the yellow part and the orangey part. Yeah, somewhere in there. Go like, yeah, in that area right there. Now, you see the new slider in there that says variance.
Yeah.
Push that to the right, Lynn.
Oh, wow.
When you have leaves, colored leaves, especially fall leaves, pushing the variance slider, picking a middle tone and then pushing it will separate the actual tones and bring out a lot more detail in the leaves. Okay. Now, if you don't want to do that, if you want the opposite effect, push it the opposite way and everything homogenizes and turns into one color.
Oh, this is much better.
Okay.
And you can tweak that with that range slider underneath. If you go down to that range slider that's under there, push the range slider all the way to the right as well, and you get the maximum variance
that's really cool.
Of all the subtle tonalities in the leaves. And now you can tweak your luminosity. In fact, do that, Lynn, for me. Push the luminosity up a little bit on that.
Oops. What happened? It went away.
You broke it.
I broke it. Okay, this.
Yep, push the range all the way up. And now give me some luminosity on that. Oh, yeah.
But doesn't
and then
that
you can
make
turn
the rocks look weird?
You can turn the saturation down a little bit on that.
Yeah, the rocks are too weird. Now the rocks look strange.
Yeah, well, you picked a different color this time.
Okay.
It's also including the rocks. You had a better color.
Okay.
You had a better color choice, the first one. And you can do this within the mask. Remember, point color works within a mask. You could just brush over the trees and then do it, and then it would not affect the rocks at all. In fact, you can even use the landscape mask, choose vegetation, and then use the point color just in the vegetation mask, and your rocks will be unaffected. But this new slider is fantastic.
Wow. It didn't help with the halo, though.
No.
but yeah, and you can push the saturation back up a little bit. But yeah, that variance slider is brand new in the new version of Lightroom, and boy, is it fantastic for doing this with especially autumn leaves in the different colors, because it breaks out all the colors within the leaves if you push it to the right. Yeah. Cool. So this was an example I just wanted to use for a learning tool for you guys with that. But something you can do with that new slider.
With all our autumn pictures that I've already processed.
Yes, from Tennessee.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is beginning and ending. This one is Sylvia's, and the score is 23.
Sylvia's the flower queen.
Yeah, this is very nice. The very beautiful background happening.
I did put it
with
as
this.
altered reality because I did put just a little bit of texture on it to give the
Yep.
background a little
Yeah,
more.
I can see that, and it worked well. It was,
Yep.
you know, it was well, you know, using the texture in the background is a nice artistic choice with this. Do one thing for me, Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
Just go to the effects panel and just put a little vignette on it. There, look at that. Go to the eyeball on the effects panel and just click the eyeball on and off so people can see, or just go to your, you know, or go to your history and just show the before. Yeah, see that?
Yeah.
Look at
I
that.
thought I had put a radial on it and inverted it, but I may not have. I can't remember. I had been doing that, but it looks better. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Next one is Dancing Alone. This was mine, and the score is 22.9.
Okay, Lynn, is that intentional that it goes right all the way into the top edge of the frame?
Not really.
I mean,
It doesn't actually touch it.
It's so hairline that
Yeah, I know. I should have
that-
added a little more to the top, and I just wasn't paying attention. I was trying to get this done, you know, in a hurry. So
yeah. The other I really like the yeah, there you go. That's the other thing I was gonna, but
I'm not
I
sure that
like
might have-
I like the kind of artistic, this almost looks like, you know, like Japanese, you know, or Asian style art with the way this is done on the background. I really like that look of that. It has that feel of that type of art. But that's all I was going to say was, yeah, a little more room at the top, and there's like two places on that trunk where there's lens flare coming onto the lower part of
where
that.
I shot? Do you have any idea where I shot this? This was at Chimney's area.
I was
You
going to say,
guys
it
were
looks like
looking up the road at the foggy trees, and this tree was sitting there over by the water. And I'm like, oh crap! I got to take a picture of that. Because it was
See little leaves on there, Lynn?
Yeah, there's little golden leaves still on there. That's what just drew me into that. I mean, there was some branches over here that I had to get rid of, but other than that, it was like this. I saw that and I'm like, oh my! I love dead trees, and you were shooting all these beautiful autumn leaves and trees, and I'm like, here's my best dead tree. I had multiple dead trees that I took while we were up there in the Smokies, but this was my favorite dead tree.
Yeah, this is it's a really cool artistic effect, and like I say, yeah, you also but just zoom in right there on the where the first bend of the trunk is.
Yeah, that's
there and down. There's another one down low. I don't know if you know about. Yeah, right
I was
there.
shooting into the light. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you can just burn those with a with a burn tool or a brush, and it's done. But I like the aesthetic of this.
Would those leaves come out brighter or anything?
I didn't want them to be brighter.
Oh, I wouldn't want them to be brighter either, because
I think it would look cool.
I like the like I say, the minimalism that's going on here is lovely.
Okay, next one is Sunset at Bass Harbor Lighthouse. This is Diana Rouse, and the score is 23.1.
Popular subject tonight.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that is a nice time of day to shoot that when that light hits it like that. That is a good time to be there. That's gorgeous light.
We couldn't get that red light. We were hoping that they would light the red light at the top of the but they didn't cooperate.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to stay there a little later. It comes on eventually, and then you have to time it to get it so that it's facing you when it goes around.
It was getting pretty dark, Glenn, and I had to go back up, and I was a bit, you know what it's like to get up there.
I've been there 4 times.
Were you trying to beat the tide?
Yeah, actually we were okay with it. It had gone out, but it was, that's a tough, I got back surgery 3 months ago, so getting down there
that is a bit rigorous.
It was a tribute to the guys who sponsored the workshop because I couldn't have done it alone.
Nice.
Jim, a nitpick question. The upper right corner, those two small leaves, would that be better just to be sky? Get rid of those leaves?
You can't. The trees behind the lighthouse. Is
What
that
do you
what
mean
you're
you
talking
can't?
about?
Talking about this.
Right corner.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you meant behind the lighthouse.
Yeah, letting it go blue right into the corner there as opposed to that little tiny thing. Yeah, I would not argue with you on that, Brian. I would agree with you.
And yeah, this little piece of red right here too.
Yep.
Okay.
Other than that, this is great.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Next one is Eagle Lake early morning reflections. We saw some of Eagle Lake in Ron's slideshow as well. This one is also Diana's and it scores 22.4.
I enjoy the ripple in the water there. That's nice that happened and is included and whatnot. And looking at it like this, it's nice. That's actually the point of focus. My question is, your depth of field is in between having a deep depth of field and having a shallow depth of field. So it doesn't have a shallow depth of field like artistically intense, but it's, especially move over to go to the left side, Lynn, on the tree line. And even into the rocks over there. It's I'm curious about the.
Is that noise, Jim? Or
well, no, there is noise there too, but I'm talking about the depth of field that you chose to have in this image, not being like a normal,
I don't know. I don't think I was paying
like
attention.
a normal landscape. A lot of times in the landscape, we're trying for the maximum depth of field. You want to see those sharp trees in the background, follow through, or you would want to go real shallow depth of field to where that ripple is and draw our eye to that ripple. But this is in between.
This is a mental mistake.
Either or. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, normally when you watch something this deep, Diana, you would want to focus at the third, which would be somewhere.
Yeah.
But you were probably so overwhelmed by the color that you were like, let me just take the picture before.
Well, and it's also 5:30 in the morning, and you know how I function in the morning. So the fact that I was there at all is a tribute to my tenacity on this, but I wasn't thinking. I don't know. There were so many things going on my head. She's like, ugh.
I was like, I like this going through here, but I almost feel like there's too much of that.
Hey, try something for me, Lynn, just to see.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give us the original crop again, since we're talking about it. Scroll down on the on that panel down there to lens blur. Underneath, lens blur.
Are they something added to that now too?
No, but I was going to say, being that we're already losing a little bit of depth of field, see if you can apply that to what we were talking about, where just go ahead and let the background go even deliberately softer.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Let the focus, be at, put the focus point.
Oh, that's a cool effect, Jim.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. You were in between deep depth of field and this, but at least with Lightroom, you're not going to fake it the other way, but you can go this way with it. And now look at it.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to do
that.
This doesn't look so out of focus now.
I have no idea.
That's change, if you use this, you can change.
And you can grab those handles, Lynn, and pull in tighter,
or longer.
And then you can make that narrow. Yeah, pull that tighter, and then slide. Then just move that until the ripples are the point of focus. There, right there. Yep. So there you go.
Yeah, that's probably the only landscape I shot at f8, and I have no excuse. I mean, just mental.
Well, now you have a way that you can do something artistic.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like that too, actually.
Can I send it to you, Lynn?
Hmm?
You can blur it for me.
Well, you just saw what Lynn
Do
did.
this. You got Lightroom. You got a lens blur panel. We can do the same thing.
I just took a picture of your settings.
All right, last one. Calm before the storm. This one is Karen's, and the score is 21.6. Speak, people, speak.
The I like what's going on here with the spotlight effect from the cloud shadows, the trees. The hot spots on the mountains though just appear kind of washed out with the rest of the scene. I would like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
There
all
you go.
it's burnt out. We have no data over here.
Yeah, that's you did definitely help it, Lynn. And again, go down to point color and just click on one of those yellow trees on that tree line, and there you go, and push the range all the way to 100 and the variance. Yeah.
It
And
does give a little more.
Give it a little luminosity push. Just give it a little luminosity push then. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
So we're here, and now we're here. Doesn't help the overexposure up here, but
Right.
Yeah. Well, I say one thing you can always you do, like you can use point color within any mask in Lightroom. So you can choose you can go to the landscape masking, choose vegetation, or you can put just a linear gradient up from the bottom, or you could just brush across the trees. And then this point color effect that we're talking about is only going to happen in the trees and the vegetation there, and it won't affect the mountains behind it.
well, let's do that.
But point color is available inside of a mask.
So let's try it, Lynn.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Move the center of that gradient up higher. Get the center of the gradient above the trees. And now narrow it from the top. Yeah, narrow it. There. Yep, and like I say, make sure the midpoint is above the top of the trees. Okay. Then you can go to point color within this mask.
You passed it, I think.
No, we're here.
Oh, there you are.
And now you're not affecting the mountains at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can, like I say, add just a touch of luminosity to that. Yeah, there you go. Look at how that tree line pops out against those mountains now.
Definitely.
That's gorgeous.
Cool.
Lots of learning tonight, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Lynn, can you go back to the assigned for me? There is one thing I had a question about and forgot to ask earlier, or to at least point out to someone if they want to readdress it and fix it in their image.
Which one?
Go to the light painted image of the pier with the clouds behind it. It's number 6, I think. That one. Zoom in right in the middle above the pier. All right. There. You see that? That's what I wanted. I forgot to point that out earlier about if you want to fix that mask, Brian. You see that?
Well, wait a minute. I don't know. I see what you're talking about. I don't. What do you mean fix the mask?
Well, because it's been masked somehow so that it's been denoised in the clouds, but it missed it at that section of the trees, and there's another couple other sections where it missed applying the denoise.
Oh,
see it right there above the trees?
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that in case you wanted to readdress.
Yeah, I used landscape for that, and so I'll have to go take a look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can, when it makes those masks, it's not always perfect, but you can add and subtract with the brush to fix where the AI just misjudges where it's making the mask.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a lot more trouble with it.
There's a couple areas along there, if you were to pan along, Lynn, where where there's a couple places like that, but that's the biggest. Yeah, over there too. See it?
Yeah, actually, though, I think I did the denoising in Topaz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
Topaz has
I
an
forgot
issue.
to point that out earlier.
Yeah,
that
Topaz
that it
does
missed
have
a
an
couple
issue
places.
with these mask areas that they're coming from Lightroom. Believe me, I've had that problem many times. So you
so
gotta have to watch it.
Topaz will use the mask, only screw it up, is what you're saying?
Yes, it
Okay.
knows it's there because it's not the same as what was around it, and so it does this.
Okay, so how do you fix it?
You should do Topaz first before you do your Lightroom work.
Really?
Yes.
No, you're not necessarily, but if you're going to do it on a masked area, all you have to do is just double check, zoom in, and make sure you got a good mask.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, like I said, I had a lot more trouble with it with the night pictures, with it being dark. That I had a lot more problems with that, and on one or two areas, I actually had to take it into Photoshop and do whatever I needed to. I think that was on where I was trying to remove the power lines on it, and it kept giving me those mask errors like that, and one or two other areas, and it seemed to be a lot harder and a lot worse in the nighttime pictures than what I've had with like daylight shots.
Because contrast helps it determine the edges for the mask, and in nighttime you don't necessarily in the original image have a lot of contrast in of dark trees against a dark sky.
So how do I once I go into Topaz, how do I adjust? I don't understand how.
Well, let me ask you, Brian, did you run the entire image through Topaz, or did you run just a masked section?
I just exported the image to Topaz and let it do its thing on the whole.
Well, then the AI in Topaz misjudged some of the areas, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And you were just left at the mercy of the program making a mistake.
Right, but and my question is, how do I fix it? How do I deal with that?
In this, was this so you put the whole image in there, and the AI misjudged some of the areas, in which case you need to try an alternate method. For instance, did you try denoising in Lightroom?
No, I didn't even notice the problem. I'm just asking now.
Yeah. Okay. But that's an option. If, like I say, if the program just misjudges it and does it wrong, you can reattempt and see if it gets it right on another try. You can make some adjustments to it. Go back in Lightroom, make some adjustments to it so that the AI sees it differently than it saw it the first time, and see if it does it better. Or don't use Topaz to denoise it. Use Lightroom, use Photoshop, use another option.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, definitely the denoise in Lightroom works better on some of these things that are heavily masked. The other issue, like that blur that we did on Diana's image, if you take something that you've done that lens blur to, that's down, that lens blur panel that's here, this lens blur right here, if you use that, it will not work in Topaz. It'll make a mess of it. So that's another thing. If you do this, don't, because it's actually creating a mask for the area that you're designated in this little slider. So you need to, it will not work in Topaz. It just makes a big freaking mess of it. So
yeah, and that goes back to something Tori threw out earlier, which is good advice in some cases like this. You want to do that. You want to do the denoise first before you do other effects, because the other effects that you do to it are actually causing the AI in Topaz to misjudge what it's seeing based on the effects that have been done to it ahead of time. If it just sees the organic image to start with, it can do a better job of analyzing what it's supposed to do. If it has different areas that have had different effects done to the pixels, then it has a harder time judging what it's looking at.
But when you output it to Topaz and then bring it back into Lightroom, it's no longer a raw file.
But it's a DNG.
No, or TIFF, yeah.
Yeah,
That's fine.
that's the nature of editing photos with
Right.
with
Anything you send to
ex-
Photoshop comes back as a TIFF or a PSD.
Well, that's why I usually do Photoshop last, is because of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but you know, working on a TIFF is slightly less effective than on a raw file, Brian. So working on a TIFF is not an issue. It's a JPEG that's an issue, not a TIFF.
Okay.
And I think Lightroom suggests that you, even to use their denoise, they recommend you do that almost as the first thing you do.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a it's a myth that the panels in Lightroom are laid out in the order that you are supposed to work in.
Right, right.
You can actually go to Adobe, and as you say, Adobe does have a recommended order of workflow, and it does not follow top to bottom what those panels are.
Well, and you can move them around, by the way, guys.
You can rearrange your panels. You
You can
absolutely
see mine
can.
or not the way everybody else's are. I moved mine around for convenience.
Mhm.
So
Yep, mine are moved in order as well. Mine
Yeah.
are not in the default order either.
stop yelling. All right, guys. Any other questions on this?
Hey,
Thank
great
you.
night, guys.
Yeah. Yes.
Great night.
Thanks for all the
Great
information.
exhibition tonight.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's good.
Very
Good night,
creative.
everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
And Lynn, just so I'm, Lynn,